welcome to the channel. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we are going to be doing a morning message. So just a little message of love, of encouragement for your day. I'll pull a few oracle cards. These are meant to be a little bit more heart-honoring, inspiring as we begin the weekend. They are timeless readings. I will use some tarot as a heads up, but as long as the message resonates with you, then it's definitely meant for you. It's a collective reading. Obviously, everyone's situation is going to be different, but the energy will resonate if it's meant to be. All right. It's kind of a snowy morning here. It's crazy. We were just having 50-degree weather 2 days ago. So it feels quiet. It feels peaceful, calm, healing. All right. Let's look and see the highest and best messages for the day. You guys see me shuffling? I am, I promise. I love that healing. I feel that 100%. Really just kind of working through whatever's going on, you know? And in my opinion, healing looks a lot like just taking time for self-love, for self-care, for reflection, resting a little bit more, spending more time with ourselves, you know, just doing the stuff that honors and nurtures our heart, depending on where we're at, what we're going through. If we're having a heavier experience right now, then it's definitely just great to take things slow. I can attest to that. I am not a slow motion person at all. I like going 100 miles an hour from the time I wake up to the time I sleep. Innocence, yeah. So like I feel like this is connecting back to a time where your heart was a little bit more innocent, where you kind of had more, I don't know, dreams and fantasies about what your world would look like, really kind of connecting to that concept of inner child, taking an innocent approach to the world. This is going to bring in hope. So beautiful. I feel like these are the moments that we really have to take the time to connect with our inner self, right? Like, especially when we get off course or we lose alignment with what our goals are, what our dreams, our visions are. When we step off that path, we can easily get disconnected with ourselves. And Ayurveda calls this pragya aparad. It means the mistake of the intellect. So when our intellect is dictated by outside things, actually I'll show you guys what just popped up. Ooh, Ace of Pentacles. Confirmation on that new beginnings. It was 333 as I pulled that card. Drop those angel numbers below. Spirit messages. We receive them all throughout the day. All right, so let's look at this. If there's any situations that need to come up for your day, how to handle, how to navigate, especially with that element of healing in mind. Okay, let's go, guys. Let's get into it. Okay, so 5 of Cups. So, you know, this is a really strong energy for the past. Sometimes it keeps us rooted in that. You know, we kind of attach to the old triggers, respondings that we've had in our life that again have disconnected us from ourselves. I feel like there might be a lot of reminiscing about things from the past right now. Healing that. I know I did a lot of healing through my dreaming last night when things come up in our subconscious and we're able to kind of work through them on a different level. That Neptune in Pisces heightens that energy of connection. And it's going to bring, you know, some grounding with that 4 of Pentacles that keeps us stable. 4s kind of give us a foundation, a stable foundation with which to work from. It also talks about just like protecting yourself, protecting your energy, where you're expending it today, who you're giving it to. You could also be dealing with someone who's being very self-protective about the past, about various things that have happened. Seven of Swords, keeping secrets, not really allowing things to come to the surface, hiding. That message came up a lot throughout the zodiac this week. Sometimes we need to, right? But sometimes it actually hinders us. It takes a strong person to be honest and vulnerable about where they're at. It's not an easy thing to do. So with that Temperance card, it talks about just finding a balance if you are in a very emotional space right now. That's where that kind of rest, reprieve, meditation, taking time alone becomes so valuable. Because Temperance, we can easily get sucked into that emotional energy, the woe is me, the fears, the anxieties that stuff often brings up. 100%, right? Because there is some growth, there is, happening, but there's also a lot of anxiety that comes with it. How is this gonna look? How is this all gonna shake out? Like, am I gonna land on my feet, or am I just like crazy, is what I'm hearing. A lot of fear around what's happening, that you don't really have access to the information and you do just kind of have to wait. The waiting game can be so annoying, right? Especially modern day when we're so used to instant gratification. But this is basically saying just like, don't let it get the best of you right now. That's where that healing comes in. If you receive some information today, you have an interaction with someone that's like provoking, maybe it doesn't turn into anything, but it leaves you afraid, questioning what's next. Take that time to, really just take a step back. I feel like don't respond is what I'm hearing. Dealing with the Queen of Swords energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That's someone who's just more analytical, more decisive. They're not going to really be putting feeling into it. She weighs it out with that like pros and cons list, essentially. And that can be, kind of scary, but she's bringing a message. She's bringing some clarity, some communication to you, to this situation. This is it's gonna help. I mean, it's gonna leave you kind of in a lurch. I'm not gonna lie. Strength with Leo energy. This talks a lot about how I feel like this is hard for this person too. Whether or not you agree with what they're saying, what they're talking about, it's not an easy conversation for them to have either. It's taking a lot of strength to kind of put that foot forward. What is this? Yeah. Too much going on, juggling too much. Not really having the opportunity, like I said, to see things clearly. Being a little bit, kind of jumping the gun, making choices and decisions that maybe were a little, I feel like you acted too quickly is what I'm hearing. And this is where all that stress is coming through. One more on this conversation. Okay. It shows like, I don't know. I mean, I think that it's coming through this space of them wanting to work with you, wanting to find a way to move forward, connecting to, a situation for both of you where things are more balanced. It just might come out a little bit cold is what I'm hearing. The way that this person communicates, it's not with a lot of feeling. How do you handle this then? Let's look to see what's the best way to approach it. It's going to be a little stressful, guys. I'm sorry to hear about that. But this is also going to be something that is allowing you to express yourself and really connect to that part of your happiness, needing more grounding in your life after a time of a lot of healing. Okay. Yeah. Just keeping things stable. New beginnings, like we saw with that Eight of Pentacles. Just communicating that your desire was to kind of manage things in the best way possible. It might not have looked that way to this Queen of Swords, but you kind of had a method to your madness. You had reasoning for why you were doing what you were doing. And that's definitely where I feel like you need to stand strong and communicate that. Don't shut down. Don't let the emotions get the best of you. Judgment is being blocked. So judgment is usually when we have that epiphany, the Hierophant, that is like traditional family structure. 2 5s, 5 of Swords. So something's not being seen, whether this is like, I feel like this is actually, something's not being seen from the other person's end. Maybe places that they were blocking things. This is kind of probably what comes out of this conversation, you know, about communicating. You just needed to be happy. You just needed to be stable. You needed to make the decisions that were appropriate for you and where you were at. I don't think they hear it that way. Why is this being blocked? It's like someone else that might be involved in this situation is refusing to communicate. Who is this? Let's look into this a little deeper. Who's refusing? Okay. Someone who's not like, I feel like they just don't have your best interests at mind. They're attached to this situation, but I don't feel, like I said, it's this Queen of Swords energy. This is someone else or a group of people. Family has come up twice, so this could be the opinions about your family. They're not really letting things be seen clearly. Maybe they're just very much seeing it through their own perspective and not really taking into account yours. Not agreeing with what you're doing, but you're still kind of getting penalized for it, is what I'm hearing. Might not be the worst thing ever, but I don't feel like there's a lot of support. They're fighting for the other side, right? They're fighting for this Queen of Swords. With that Two of Cups, that talks a lot about how we connect and form relationship and partnership. It could definitely be about love, especially if you're dealing with, you know, family, close friends. Those are the people that we love the most, right? Or ideally. Yeah, I'm hearing 2 different perspectives, 2 different ways of looking at something. And so they're not really giving you credit where credit is due. I feel like it's going to be harder for them to hear your end. I feel like it's ideal to like listen to what they're saying, what they're communicating. If you feel like your response is going to come out of anger, yeah, it's tapping into that diplomatic energy of justice. Justice is balancing of the scales. It's very heavily connected to our court system, legality, you know, just again, that kind of value of taking the emotion out of it. Sometimes the Queen of Swords words can be incredibly harsh, so that's where it might take a hit. I also hear it's about like standing in your own self-confidence. we know whether someone's going to receive something or not. So if you feel like the conversation is going to go the wrong way, then sometimes it's best to say, okay, let me take some time to think about this, contemplate on this, and then, you know, we'll reconvene, right? Take a polite step back and then readdress it if need be. The Emperor just fell out, guys. That is that strong, rigid energy. Okay. How is this moving? Why is this coming out today? Okay, keeping things, just kind of protected. I don't know. I feel like this is actually you just self-protecting you. I feel like there is a greater good for why you need to kind of step out of the situation in a polite way. Politeful is what I was going to say. Politeful. I don't think that's a word. Yeah, but just, you know, take the step back. Be the bigger person. Wah wah. Not fun always. You know, but sometimes we just can't work with that person at that time. And this is helping you to protect kind of what you've grown, what you've built. It's going to allow you to have those moments to contemplate, to really think through this. And I feel like what your path is going to be forward with this person, this individual, you know. We all go through cycles and phases in relationships. Sometimes we're closer to people, sometimes we're not. Sometimes we do have to take a step away for our own health and well-being, but we also have to figure out how we are going to navigate considering everyone, you know, moving forward. And it does look like you're showing up in complete abundance, especially with that Empress energy. I love that. So that means that the healing work you are doing is so positive and it's powerful. And it's getting you to where you need to be. Yay. Yay you. Sorry, I am a cheese ball. I was going to say yay spirit, but it's really you doing the work, right? Okay, from ash, fireweed. But you know, it's kind of like remembering the things, like it's the reminder of the phoenix. There is always going to be that cycle of death and rebirth, burning out the old so you can build the new. And that's so powerful. It is hard, it is messy, depending on how many things are changing in your environment. I can speak to this 100%. You know, but sometimes we just have to weather the storm and kind of see what's left, what pieces are left for us to pick up. And like I said, you're doing the work, even though that gratitude came out upside down. I don't really read reversals. You know, you're gonna know whether you have a grateful heart or not. Sometimes we have to tap back into those places of gratitude. Just reminding ourselves for the silver linings, for the things that were, you know, that we do appreciate, that have come, blessings in disguise in these processes, especially, like I said, when it comes to our healing. So devil's bit, so be mindful again, like where your psyche can get the worst of you, where the devil makes those attachments, however you believe, whatever, you know, you ascribe to. This can just be like low vibey energy. Things that don't honor us, that don't serve us, that make us a little bit crazy, those like mental tapes in our head that are not true. Making sure that with that temperance energy, right, because that's kind of the goal today, to maintain that to the best of your ability. It's easier said than done because it is going to feel emotional. It's going to feel messy. You probably will have a lot of thoughts and things to say about this. But sometimes, you know, we just have to take that step back. Reflect, emit. I love that. So it's like with the reflective work we're doing, with the healing work we're doing, you know, it's allowing us to, make new choices moving forward, essentially, emitting new vibrations, new love, new appreciation, new gratitude for the situation. Even when it's not easy, right? I mean, even the messiest things offer us gifts. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm sending so much love and blessing to you this morning, to today. I hope this gives you encouragement and support with whatever you're navigating with. Definitely give a big thumbs up if it resonated. Drop comments below. I would love to build and grow the community. Thank you guys for your time and energy. Lots of love and blessings.